Hi, I'm RJ Robinson. When people think of Los Angeles, they think of movie stars and the Hollywood sign. And maybe the horrible traffic. The sign sits beside Cahuenga Peak, which was once owned by Howard Hughes. The eccentric billionaire offered to build a house for Ginger Rogers up there, but being locked in a castle with an obsessive-compulsive wasn't exactly her cup of tea. The undeveloped land is now owned by a Chicago investor, whose dreams of building McMansions on the hill have been challenged by a conservation group led by LA City Councilman Tom LaBonge. The councilman jumped at the chance to be interviewed by this Intrepid reporter, but it turns out you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to stay one step ahead of Tom LaBonge. And I mean really early.
Got a white balance or whatever they call it?
No, I got everything ready to go.
Over there's the greatest building in the city, the Griffith Observatory. We're right here at the north end of the observatory parking lot of the Mount Hollywood hiking trail, which will take us 1,625 feet above sea level. We're at the Charlie Turner Trailhead.
Nearly every morning for the past 32 years, Tom LaBonge has started his day by climbing Mount Hollywood at dark 30.
We can't see that because of the morning haze, but there's a beautiful sunrise that comes up here. This space is important. People walk up here for physical fitness and for mental fitness. Just think if you told everybody, get off your duffs and walk your block, walk your neighborhood, exercise, maybe our healthcare costs would go down greatly. Good, here's a friend here. Annyeonghaseyo.
LaBonge's group is trying to buy Cahuenga Peak and turn it into parkland, and is up against an April 14th deadline to come up with a $12 million asking price through private donations online at SaveHollywoodland.org.
Here we are at the top of the world. This is Mount Hollywood. We have a great view of everything. But to the west here is the wonderful historic Hollywood sign, Cultural Monument number 111 for the city of Los Angeles. Just to the west of the H, there's 138 acres. If that is able to come into Griffith Park, we will be able to walk from the Cahuenga Pass all the way on these beautiful ridge lines through this wonderful park space, over Mount Hollywood, down Hogback Trail, through the eastern edge of Beacon Hill, down to the Mulholland Fountain. We'll probably be pretty sweaty, but we could take that nice little water and mist our face and get rejuvenated.
The area under threat of development affords stunning views of the LA basin, and is part of a complicated history that stretches back to the founding of Hollywood in 1903. Back then, the area bared no resemblance to the strip mall paradise that we enjoy today. Hollywood started out as an agrarian society, with dirt roads, pepper trees, and orange groves developed by small farming operations nestled safely below Cahuenga Peak. But as the farms gave way to housing tracts and studio backlots, a group of landowners started selling property in the hills above the bustling city. They erected a sign to promote the new neighborhood they called Hollywoodland. And it worked.
Now the hills are full of houses, occupied by movie stars, rock and roll legends, and B-list television actors whose shows are in syndication. But which star's view of the Hollywood sign is under threat? Well, I pulled a few strings and secured this map to help me find out. I mean, if houses go in there, they're gonna have a straight shot of George Clooney's lagoon-style pool. That's no good. Now, according to this, I should be standing in Scott Baio's gazebo. I mean, you want houses, you know, close to the sign, but not like super close. This is Joan Van Ark's recycling. Whoa, eats a lot of pudding pops. It's nice up here. It is really nice up here.
It was obvious the neighborhood was taking this seriously when a press conference was held by a group called the Trust for Public Land. They were spearheading an audacious stunt to call attention to the struggle over Cahuenga Peak.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to one of the greatest spots in the whole wide world, one of the greatest signs in the whole wide world, the Hollywood sign.
The Trust for Public Land, working with the City of Los Angeles and so many others, has created an opportunity to purchase 138 acres along the ridge line above and to the left of the Hollywood sign. And today we are going to be covering the sign, and it will read, "Save the Peak."
Wasn't the sign originally put there to tout housing development?
Yes, that's what I was explaining, that it was there to sell the houses that you passed on your way up here. And along Beechwood, that was Hollywoodland.
So you're now trying to preserve the sign by not having housing
for something that originally was trying to promote housing.
Well, even when it was promoting housing, it wasn't surrounded by housing. This is a gem for the people of Los Angeles. It's let's put the houses somewhere else.
There's the S, so let's hear it for S. Sollywood. Okay. Save the Peak.
And so it went from Sollywood to Sallywood to Save the Wood to Save the Pood for 3 full hours. And then finally, Save the Peak. This 5-day stunt may have made headlines, but it didn't make enough money to buy the land. So with the deadline looming, several Hollywood neighborhood associations got together and held a fundraiser in the dog park below the sign. There were bands, hula hoop lessons, baked goods, and plenty of love for Cahuenga Peak.
I think it would be a tragedy, really. It should absolutely be protected. And to see houses up on this hill, it's horrible.
This was designed from somebody, a contest on Facebook.
It's also beautiful parkland where there's coyotes, rabbits, and owls, and rattlesnakes. It's a nice respite from the city.
We are very, very close, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very close to capture something we should have captured a long time ago.
With the banners unrolling one by one, we saw it from our balcony.
Some things need to be left alone, you know?
Yeah. Keep it Hollywood.
The Save the Peak effort is proof that Angelenos can rally around a conservation issue. But are we able to actually raise the money necessary to save the land from developers? Tom LeBon sure hopes so. These hills and the people who hike them being the reason he gets up so very early every morning.
The nature is very important, but it inspires me. You look out there, there's the city right there. There's 88 cities in this county. It is a very important spot. And then if you hit the pole here and you go around, it's always good luck. It always gets you to the next day. I've hit this pole every day that I've been in LA, and it gets me to the next day, and that's a nice thing.
I must admit, starting your day up here made anything seem possible. Even the idea of turning some of the hottest real estate in the country into parkland didn't seem so far-fetched.
All right, to all of you out there in the Franklin gang, know that this is the spot to be any day or night. Hit that pole, you'll feel better, you'll feel stronger, and you'll be able to have a better day or night. So I say adios, hasta la pasta, neo bio, Avita's in, and bye-bye. Gotta get the kids to school, see ya.
And away he went. He had a lot of work cut out for him if he was going to raise that money by the April 14th deadline. And as I watched him go, this Intrepid reporter hoped the good people of Los Angeles wouldn't let him down. Reporting for the Franklin Gang from high atop Mount Hollywood, I'm R.J. Robinson.
Councilman Tom LeBon has been absolutely fabulous. He is all about parks. He cares deeply about parks and open space, and there's just no way this would have happened without him.
Log on to SaveHollywoodLand.org. Donate to Trust for Public Land. Any donation, $5 to $5 million will be appreciated.